Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dragon King Entertainment channel with me, BadQualityBear. I almost said Geeky Bear, and Dragon King Entertainment himself, Dragon King. That way, I'm assuming.
No, other way. At least you held your tongue. Usually, I just say it and go, "Fuck, I meant something else."
Yep. We are reviewing episode 17 of season 2, Gravity Falls, Dipper and Mabel versus the Future. It's very timey-wimey stuff,
Yes.
you know.
Obviously, this is the
Not really,
kickstart
but, you know.
for Weirdmageddon.
Yep.
Even though the next episode's not called Weirdmageddon, it's something that Alex's going to have fun trying to pronounce after this.
I mean, it basically is just Weirdmageddon 1.
But for some
But
reason,
it don't have Weirdmageddon 1 in the title.
yeah, which is
The
weird.
episode after is Weirdmageddon 2.
I find that weird. I did find that weird looking at Disney Plus. It's like that, and it's like Weirdmageddon 2, 3, and then 4. I was like, then why is that one not called Weirdmageddon 1?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
It's just fucking like someone just hit a keyboard, just like...
But they've had a stroke on the keyboard. But yeah, obviously it's the kickstart for that, because obviously this... Well, the ending, particularly, is the kickstart for that.
Yeah.
So the whole plot of this episode is obviously Dipper and obviously...
Dipper and Mabel are turning 13.
And they've got their own little plots in it. Obviously Mabel's got the plot of basically realising the future's not the best for her.
And Dipper has a bright future ahead with going with Ford to become his apprentice.
Yes, and obviously this episode obviously introduces aliens.
Yep.
Obviously there's a ship literally in Gravity Falls, and it's been there for ages. And basically they have to try and find some solvent to... Yeah, adhesive solvent to basically fix that little globe thing they had before, which obviously has the barrier for
timey-wimey portal.
It's basically to stop everything from basically fucking up. Stop the end of the world, basically. So obviously they need to get basically. So they need to get this solvent, which is an alien thing, to basically stop it. And obviously in the process, Ford offers Dipper a bright future. While I say Mabel, who's off trying to get people to come to a party, realizes a lot of people can't, and at the same time, she's realizing the future ahead of her is not bright. Plus, she's hearing the whole thing with Dipper, and basically sends her on a depression spiral. To me, I was looking at IMDb. The episode is rated like 9.3 out of 10, so it's quite a high one.
Yeah.
But I think that's quite a high rating. It's not deserved, really. Nothing really. The alien stuff I think is pretty cool. It's just a shame they didn't like go into it in a lot more detail.
Yeah,
like I feel like an entire episode. I feel like an entire episode based on like aliens would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
but this kind of, they go there, they do what they want, they fly off out of it, and that's it. And it's just like, okay. And I say then the Mabel plot takes you away from all that, as she's basically realizing that her future isn't bright. It's depressing, and I that's the one thing I do like about this is you've got one side which is a bright future and one side which is a dark future. And I like that they're both, most of this series, they've been going on the same journey.
Yeah,
love, adventure, family. But at this point here, it's very much clear they're going two separate paths. Which all I can think of is that is the fucking end of Fast and Furious 7 when they drove two separate ways. But we all know why they drove two separate. We all know why they drove two separate ways, because one's dead.
Bro, that's
the whole reason they drove two separate ways. They had to try and write the character out of the franchise. And obviously, I said the ending then is fully focused on setting up Weirdmageddon, because obviously Bill returns. While possessing
Blendin.
Yeah, obviously possesses Blendin, whatever you want to call him.
Blah.
Just Morty out of Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
before the actor got fired.
What?
So yeah, obviously he possesses him, tricks her into basically starting Weirdmageddon. And it's like, I like the alien stuff. I like the idea of seeing these two different futures, but just I don't know how. I just don't. There's nothing. There wasn't really a massive amount in this episode that got me off my seat, entertained. Essentially, so I like the story progression on this one. But there's not much to it that made me go, I like this episode. I really do enjoy this episode. It was just an okay episode. It's better than obviously a lot of the ones we've rated low. Don't get me wrong. I think it's definitely better than some of them because story progression and I would say all the few little elements that do make it enjoyable. But I just don't think I was 9.3 blown away.
Yeah.
Your turn to rant and rave. Go on. Let's have it, son.
I don't like how they fucking... Oh my god, my voice is just like so fucking slow down. I don't like how they basically just rewrit Mabel's character. Because at the start, she was selfish. Then she... I say selfish. She was not selfish, but like, you know, she kind of was. They kind of like wrote her and then improved the character to be more like, you know, kind and like...
Cares for others.
Yeah. But in this one, she's just like... It's just like flip the script. And has made her like fucking go all selfish and everything. Like, just a bit longer of a summer. Fucking...
See, I'd say that doesn't bother me too much. I see it as obviously, she's grew as a character, but then she's having this moment where everyone is leaving her, and yes, I get the idea you're saying, seeing that as her being selfish now, wanting to stop that from happening. Which yes, it is, but at the same time, it's also her realizing that she's now alone, and she doesn't want to be alone. Which is understandable for the fact that she spent a summer evolving, having people around her. This is her family, and now that family is gone. And I understand why you hate that, but that's not something that bothers me. That's something I understand.
Whoa. I didn't say I hate it.
But it bothers you.
Yeah,
that's why I said I understand why it bothers you. Obviously, it's not something that really bothers me. I say I understand why. And it does help progress that plot to the point of this is where Weirdmageddon happened. Obviously, they've been fighting to stop Weirdmageddon, and Mabel's inadvertently caused it due to her seeing that everything is gone. And it is her reverting back to her early character of, as you say, slightly selfish. So it is her going back to that. So it is destroying that character progression, which can happen with characters. It's just that one moment, that one lapse in judgment where you don't think.
But it's not just that one moment. We're going to be getting into it, but it's not just that one moment. You will see why in a few episodes. I think it's either the next episode or the episode after. Probably the episode after, because that one kind of goes into it. But you'll see. You'll see it my way, Thomas.
At the moment, from this episode, not thinking of where it goes, you see it from this episode, it's not something that's a bother. It's just something that it's probably going to happen. But I say, if it's something that you're going to see it over the course of episodes progressing even worse, it's just a case of, okay, you can see like this character, a loving, fun character, and now she's kind of becoming the villain. It's just like, that's kind of out of nowhere.
I think if I didn't know about the other episodes ahead, then
you'd be in my mindset probably.
Yeah,
because I say I can't remember. I've always remembered bits and bobs from the show, like little parts of the plots, little moments. I don't remember a massive amount. I just remember what's going forward. I just remember like the apocalyptic part of it. I just remember that, like Mad Max inspired like stuff. I just remember that much of it. I don't actually remember little integral details. So I say, if you're looking at it from a blank slate, you're saying that you'd look at it from my point of view of it's not something that's bothering. It's just a shocking. Oh, okay, that just happened. Whereas, as you say, you're looking at it as someone who actually knows what's going to happen. So you're looking at it as like this is the start of something that just really pisses me off in the last section of this show.
Yeah,
I see what you're on about. I understand basically what you're on about.
I would give this episode an 8.7. It's a bit below the average, which is 9, but it's not the worst.
So it's not the worst. It's just
an average episode.
Yeah, for a setup episode, it's weird. It's average, which you would think it wouldn't be, would you?
Especially since it's the fifth episode before the ending of the season.
It's literally the last part before the big arc, and you're thinking, if you're going to set up a big arc, you need like a big strong episode, and it never hits that stride. Like it hits some moments that are pretty good and that are a lot better than a lot of other episodes, but it never seems to hit that stride. And I feel like that's what probably does drag it down as well mentally. When you're thinking of a score, you're thinking, okay, it doesn't go to where you think it should be, so that kind of drops the score even more.
Yeah,
and so it's weird. I think 9.3 on IMDb is very overrated.
Yeah,
and that brings me back to obviously a comment we had on the Tale of Two Stands episode, I think it was.
Yeah.
Someone basically in the comments said that this episode's overrated in their opinion, which I like that episode. I thought it was a really good episode. But I'll use that to define this episode. On IMDb, it's a bit overrated. So I'm actually going to go one step below you. I'm giving 8.6. The ending, perfect. The ending's really good. Visually, it's stunning.
Yeah.
And I do like the fact as well, then they do reference the fact that the mayor is different in the town. You see, obviously, the guy with, obviously, the get him guy. You see him have the mayor fucking sash on. So I do like the little throwback reference that they actually acknowledge that, yes, the mayor has changed. There's a few moments there's a lot of moments I do like, but I just think overall it's just a bit of a okay last hurrah before the big act.
Yeah. Next time we will be watching. We will be reviewing episode 18, Weirdmageddon Part 1. I ain't doing that. That's the fucking title.
Which is actually titled X. Is it X something?
XPCVEAOQFOXSO. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what I do, or say, or my personality, or blah blah blah, check me out, BadQualityBear on YouTube and on Twitch. I basically do Pokemon and other games. If you don't like Gravity Falls, what are you doing here? Check out our other stuff like Pokemon reviews, DC, and we've also played Raft and what other games have we played? Multiple other games. Human Fall Flat. Let's go with that one today. So yeah. See you next time, and make sure you don't give that one-eyed triangle any kind of space stuff.
Bit too late for that. I've already given like the universe.
Tom,
if you like what you've seen, don't be afraid to throw us a little like and subscribe. That's always very appreciated over here. And well, I'll see you on the next video.